So now, if this is its own video, then it is. Depends on how long this is. Spoilers now of Lord of the Rings: The Battle of Five Armies. Go on then. Smaug.
All rushed into the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't go anywhere. It was literally...
Well, he died. That was the thing. He died, and then that thus commenced the battle of the Five Armies.
He set up this massive thing, where he's taken out the entire town.
Well, what can you do at the end? It's like he did all he could. He did all he could. What's he going to do? He's going to fly away and like, we need to hunt him down.
He could have put it at the end of the other movie. It actually ended the other movie. The only reason being the beginning of this was for a cliffhanger.
Which was a good cliffhanger. It got us wanting to watch it.
But there's no other reason.
No. But at the end of the day, there was no other reason for The Empire Strikes Back to have that much of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But it did, and it worked.
The Empire Strikes Back's the worst one.
No, it's not.
I can't remember the character's name, but his story just dropped off.
Which one? Luke Evans's?
Yeah. His story just dropped off.
It did, yeah. That's the thing that I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. He looks at his family, looks back to, what was the character's name again?
I don't know that.
Yeah, the monoproud dude.
Yeah.
I'm very tired and ill. But yeah, his story just dropped off. The character to do with the comedy relief. Pointless character. Besides comedy relief, why was he there?
Well, I'm glad they had comedy relief because I don't want all doom and gloom.
What's the point?
What, you would rather have just a complete
yeah.
Well, that would be even more boring. You need some light. It's a children's story. At the end of the day, it was a children's story, and they amped it up. They need to have something resembling the book.
The opening's people just burning to death.
That's why it amped it up a bit.
Killian Philly's death, pointless.
Okay, no, that was no point. Okay, I get they need. Okay, right. Those deaths were I think were warranted because these are dwarfs that we did actually get to at least somehow know, even if it was in a dumb way that even if it was in a dumb way that we ended up acknowledging their existence, we still gotta know these and the way that they died, and it was more like I preferred them dying rather than living because it was like. Instead of like, oh, everything's fine now, no consequences, they're all good. Like, that was like my problem in Return of the King. No consequences happen. It's like, oh, we got a bit of a scratch. Oh, there was so many fake out deaths in the original trilogy. There wasn't in this one. There wasn't in this trilogy. It was like, if someone died, they died.
Philly died.
Yeah.
To fuel Killy.
Yeah.
Who died.
Yeah.
To fuel the ending.
Right.
Which was just... Why does it hurt? It does.
Okay, yeah, the whole like love thing. Yeah, as I said, that
if there had
stuff was
died,
stupid.
Nothing would have changed.
No, but at the end of the day,
they were killed for a bit of a monologue.
Well, that's like in anything though. In Saving Private Ryan, there's things like that.
Whereas Thorin.
In Inglourious Bastards, there's things like that.
Whereas Thorin dying.
Yeah, that
was a big thing.
Oh yeah, and I definitely felt more for. The Thorin's death and the relationship between Bilbo and him, because I did feel like I saw their brotherhood grow up, like they grew and everything. Unlike the stupid romance, it was like I felt more for Thorin's death and Bilbo's emotions more than Keely's death and Evangeline Lilly's characters like emotions.
The Arkenstone,
right,
just disappeared.
Yeah,
this. What did they call it? What did they call it? Basically their crown jewel.
Yeah. Just
disappeared.
Yeah. Which is stuff I can imagine being in the extended edition.
Yeah.
Which is exactly the same problems as the Lord of the Rings trilogy has, and I'm not saying defending this because they both had the same problems in that right. A
few of the cameos seemed pointless.
Like who?
I can't remember his name. I'm not good with names, but the bear dude.
No, that was cool because it wasn't like he was building up. It was like, he's here. He's not just gone.
Nah, I just was like, you're doing that just for the sake of having the camera.
Well, why would they have It's like, well, why would they have came across this character anyway? They came across this character and it's like, oh, just forget him. This giant bear dude that can really come in handy in this war, huh?
But if you remember, he said, I'm not going to be part of this war.
He said he disliked dwarfs. He really disliked dwarfs, but he disliked orcs even more.
No.
He did.
I think that's about it.
Nothing else?
Billy Connolly wasn't the main character.
Okay, that's a pointless cameo right there. They got Billy Connolly just to have Billy Connolly in their film.
Yeah.
That's the he wasn't a character. He was Billy Connolly as a dwarf.
Which was great.
That's the only reason why he was there. He was just like, I'm Billy Connolly as a dwarf.
We is all just sawed off. I was like, yes.
Only reason he was there, just for Billy Connolly. That's it. You could not talk about pointless cameos and just brush over Billy Connolly like that.
Yeah, but Billy Connolly deserves it.
That's
Because he's a king.
No, Thorin's the king.
No, Thorin's dead.
Well, yeah, he is. I liked his descent into like.
Did you get the metaphor of when he was? I did like that, the cameo of the Golden Lake, what Smaug was dropped into.
That's another. If you're on about visual effects, the gold is the worst visual effects in this like series. In this,
I just meant as if that he was like.
Oh yeah, it was cool that it's still there. Yeah, it is a continuous story, and the way that they began the film. As you said, in a, Did
you get the metaphor of him being consumed by gold? When he sank into it.
What is it with you and metaphors?
No, I'm just saying, did you get it?
You have to be blind not to get it. It's clearly obvious.
It's against blind people.
No.
You heard it here first.
No. But then again, there's audio description, so you would have to be completely just blind and deaf. Oh, yeah, the beginning. The problem that you had with it. Again, it's just a continuous story. That is what it's...
But it didn't seem...
I see what you mean. They could have... If they're going to have it that short, they could have added it on... They could have had like an extra 20 minutes on to the...
They could have had a lead on to do with the orcs instead.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't have to have Smaug be the leader.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
Because in the trailers, Smaug was in the trailers, and he's gone before the title.
Well, yeah, because it was... If he wasn't in the trailers, you'd be like, wait, where is he? It's like you left off on a cliffhanger. It's
That's what I mean. Where is he? If he was just in the last one, it would have made sense.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean, but it's
like... if you think, in the last film, The Desolation of Smaug, there was no desolation whatsoever.
I know, yeah. Yeah, the Tales of Dumb, yeah.
Was there 5 armies?
I was going to say, where was the 5th army?
I'm thinking...
There was dwarves.
Orcs.
There was dwarves, orcs, humans, and elves. There was 4. I was trying to think myself, wait, where's the 5th army?
The chimps.
I was trying to think, was it the goblins? Were they the 5th army? The mercenaries?
Yeah. The ones where it was like, oh look, there's mercenaries. Better brush that over.
You see, I like that stuff because it's like we're acknowledging more things are existing in this world.
I nearly got annoyed at the pale orc. I thought, when he chucks him his own rock,
yeah.
I thought if that had been his death, I would have been...
I was kind of like, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
I was like...
I thought, if that's how he dies, I'm going to be furious.
I was like, oh, this build-up that was building between this orc and Thorin throughout the beginning of the trilogy, that was it.
I did like how...
Okay.
I did like how brutal it was in some points.
Well, the amount of decapitation, was it?
When he had Killy, and you think, oh, he won. Well...
Oh, yeah, he went...
Well...
That's what I liked. When someone's going to die, they're dead. Except for the White Orc, when it's like, he's dead.
But then he does the look into her eyes, cries a single tear, and then breathes his last breath.
It's as if it's a movie.
But I did... My favourite part of the movie, besides Billy Connolly, was the final scene, which is...
Right, okay. The ring.
I'm talking where it cuts to Ian home.
Yeah, okay, and it literally leads on
because
to
it's
Fellowship.
It's Gandalf coming up to his house in Fellowship.
Yeah. Okay, right. The ending felt rushed. This is
where it did. Where he goes home, there's a bit of comedy relief.
Yeah. This is where I think the extended edition will very much do. Like, we might see a closure with Luke Evans.
He goes in, looks at his ring. Like, it's like they rushed all the ring stuff into the end.
I felt it. Do you know what I think they did? Do you know? They heard the complaints of the bazillion endings Return of the King House. Said, we're just going to have like half of an ending in this one.
Do you know what I thought was a bit ridiculous?
What?
Gandalf goes, there are magical rings, And he's like, he's known all along.
Yeah.
But he's never
Do you think he would have been like, Bilbo, give me the ring?
But he's conveniently never said anything up until that point.
Yeah, it's like, do you think he would have been like, Bilbo, give me the ring? And he's like, even if Bilbo's like, no. It's like, Bilbo, give me the ring now.
They could have had like a little lead up how, in Fellowship where he's like, no, it's mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Could have had just a little, no, like, you know,
Yeah.
shown that he gets worse.
Yeah, yeah. That again, I overall do like this film, but I do acknowledge the problems that it has. This is not a perfect film. The Lord of the Rings films aren't
The
perfect.
pacing is the issue.
I didn't have a pacing issue with this film, and I'm always the one pointing out the pacing issues.
Because it's just in the first half, right after that, it's like each shot just seemed cut really quickly.
Okay, yeah. I didn't. I think that my problem is again my positive. This was really fast paced, and my problem is that it was too fast paced at points. Like it was like, wait, can we get? No, okay. It's like, it's like, oh, we get okay then. I get, but it's like I love the battle scenes. When I go to these types of films, I expect great battle scenes.
Yeah.
I got great battle scenes.
Where the elves jump over the dwarves.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
I was kind of like, I was thinking to myself, this is like almost on par with the Battle of
Well,
Helm's
it's
Deep
just
for
at
me.
that point that where it's like all the where the dwarves are starting to back up. Just think every friggin' elf is dead.
Yeah,
All the elves they brought,
Yeah.
and they're all dead.
yeah.
That seems a bit of a push.
Yeah, I know. It's like the elves were like the biggest army there near
Yeah.
enough, besides from the orcs, I would say. No, then again, the orcs had a small army. Their bulk was mainly just the giant blinking.
No, if you look what the Earth Eaters, the worms,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
which were kind of wasted as well. They could have been part of the army.
Again, this might be an
Yeah.
extended, but at the end of the day, this is my problems with like, it might be in the extended edition. Why not put it in the theatrical edition? Again, I might love the extended
You're
edition.
already at 2 hours 20. You might as well just push it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you had Lord of the Rings at 200 minutes, like the Return of the King at 200 minutes. I think you can give us at least 3 hours of the last Hobbit film, the last Middle Earth film. At least it should be, unless if Peter Jackson's like, what else did Tolkien do? What else did he do? Fit into Lord of the Rings.
You're very passionate about this.
I'm surprised. I'm not a Lord of the Rings buff as well, but it's like.
But you have Lord of the Rings over there.
Which you just gave me.
No, I didn't. You bought it.
Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, it's like, just give us it. Just give us like the stuff that you. Just make it massive. Just do that. Like instead of like going like, we're just going to do 2 hours and 20.
Well, it is the shortest one, isn't it? So.
Which is surprising because this is like the end of the.
You think they would have been bigger and better?
The end of the Middle Earth saga.
Until they make the next one.
Which would be like interesting. But yeah, I think this is definitely where Peter Jackson shines.
No.
Like these films I'm on about, not this film.
No.
These.
No. Brain dead. Bad test. Meet the Feebles.
Meet the Feebles, yeah. Do you have any more spoiler things to talk about?
Nah, that's about it.
What is the main thing that you like?
Christopher
about the film?
Lee,
Yeah.
being a badass.
Yeah.
I love him. And that was all him. No stunt doubles or anything.
I'm not sure about that.
I like how they had the ring refs in there, which is quite
The
good.
what?
The ring refs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was basically their souls.
Yeah. To think right.
And then how Sauron makes out. Her voice was ridiculous in that scene.
Galadriel.
Where they slowed her voice down.
It was kind of like.
I was nearly laughing because it was like, "Go back to when you came." I was like, you couldn't have made her voice any more lower or guttural. You had to go. You stuck with that voice.
Yeah, you know. Well, no.
But I did like how that was like, I was tripping where it was flashing his eye. It was the eyes.
Yeah. It's like I don't think that I had like major problems with the film. I have just as much problems with this as I do with like I have more problems with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes than I do with this film. So it's like
Huge.
oh. But to be fair, no one tops Andy Serkis in this film.
Yeah.
Speaking of Andy Serkis, I was hoping for a little golden thing, even though that one never happened.
No, he was literally a trailer bit for the first one.
Well, he was meant to be in that one.
Yeah.
He was a significant bit in that one.
Not really. He only gets.
No, he was. What? How would Bilbo get the ring?
Yeah, he only gets the ring off him.
And the riddles on the dark scene. It's the best scene in that film.
Yeah, it was.
And Andy Serkis is always top.
Yeah, I love you, Andy. Because you're obviously watching this.
You know, obviously. He's a big Heel Pictures fan, you know.
Yeah. Not just for me, not you.
He hated my Great Beauty review.
Yeah, that was him.
You
made sure.
So guys, thank you for watching our review for The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Who would have thought 2 years ago you walked out of Unexpected Journey like, that was the best film of the year, and I was like, it was not.
That's exactly what it sounded like I said.
You did say it was the best film of the year.
No.
Yes, you did.
You've got no evidence of that.
I literally don't, but I shouldn't have to since you're a friend. I should trust your own word for it. What was that? Was that some random Jeff Hardy rave thing? And how much you love Desolation of Smaug as well. Who would have thought that I would have been like the one liking the Hobbit trilogy more than you do.
That's because you're dumb.
Yeah. And I'm even more dumb because I'm going to get more hate from people when I say that I do prefer the Hobbit trilogy over the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Good, I'll beat you up on camera for them.
Yeah. I just find these more entertaining. I find these more fun to watch than the Lord of the Rings ones. Thorin was a better character than Aragorn.
Don't listen to him.
Thorin was a much better character than Aragorn.
He's ugly as well. And a hippie.
Thorin was better than Aragorn.
I'll beat you with your Lord of the Rings book.
Bilbo was better than Frodo in the series. Yeah, he really was. He really was.
Samwise was better than him.
Yeah. The relationship between Bilbo and Thorin was way better than the relationship between Frodo and Sam.
Sign your own death warrant.
At least they were... No, at least there wasn't...
I'm not asking you to justify it, but you're starting to do it.
Have you got three? No, you haven't.
You said we've got 3 socks on.
What did you guys think of the film? Comment below, let us know. And while you are down below, look at the Twitter and Facebook links for all of us. And till next time, guys, we shall see you later and goodbye. I just realised this was your first video, review you've done since the Walking Dead one.
Yep.